Why did I bring my bag up here? May I? Oh my goodness. Milan, I won't say worried, but I have thought so much about what I possibly could say tonight to add to this magnificent gathering and the amazing work that you do. It's stunning to me to see what you do with so little. And to know that Milan discovered the agency as a college student. And he volunteered. And he continued volunteering after graduating. And then joined the agency and became the head of the agency without any pay. A volunteer leader, just as I had been for CARES. And just recently, he's begun to receive a small paycheck. And someone said to me, not just someone, but a couple of people said he's so brilliant. I don't know if the agency is going to be able to hold on to him. And what I'm saying to you, given what I see, because I get up in the morning and try to do my walking through whatever city I'm in, the pain, the homelessness, the lack that I see in this city in the middle of such wealth is shameful. It's really shameful. To lose Milan would be a shame. And certainly people are going to try to recruit him and take him away, and they're bigger fish to fry, as someone said. But you need to keep him right here. You know, Milan, you believe as I believe. You know as I believe. There is a knowing so deep, and we have to hold on to this, that there is no problem in this society, in this city, in this world that we can't solve. Every problem has a solution. Our challenge is to not be distracted by the drama in our own life. I was just telling Derica and some other women earlier today that I'm just back from Egypt. And you don't go to Egypt and look at those grand pyramids and look at the grand pyramid that was built 4,500 years ago. 4,500 years ago. And they're still trying to figure out how it was built. With ideation, sitting in the stillness, everything you need comes to you. Everything you need. The ideas to move things forward. What we don't have is the courage. So 45 years ago, I believe that we may call that spirit God, Allah, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever you call the divinity, spoke to Imhotep. And he built 4,500 years ago what they still can't even explain today. How did he move a boulder that was 60 tons in weight, some 40 stories high? The oldest structure, stone structure on earth, still standing today. We don't take care. We care, but we don't take care of those who are in need because we're so doubtful of our capacity and ability and distracted by the drama in our lives. There is nobody who walks the face of this earth who doesn't have challenges, whether your name is Barack Obama or Bill Clinton or name that person, whomever it is, all of us. All of us have things that we have to contend with, but what we don't know is that there is an aspect of our humanity that is unseen, and it is of the Creator. And when we connect with that creative intelligence, that's what it is, we can figure out anything. Anything. We don't have to move out of our abode. We don't have to give up a lot of money. All we have to do is really think and give of ourselves. We can figure it out. We have to hold people's feet to the fire. We have to decide what's happening with the tax money that comes out of the money we earn. We have to become critical thinkers about our own lives and what we want. Legacy. People ask me all the time, so what do you want your legacy? I'm not interested in any legacy. I don't know about the hereafter. I don't care what you all say about me when I'm gone. What I care about is what I think about me right now. And whether I'm doing what I know I'm put here to do. Each of us is here with a purpose and on purpose. On purpose. And we're created by an entity that we don't even understand. I'm married to a man who loves science. Loves science. And this is what I saw on the Science Channel before going to Egypt. And this just, going to Egypt just underscored what I learned about our Creator. Science Channel. We know that the sun is a star. There are more suns or stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of the world combined. Can I say that again? There are more suns or stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of the world combined. We're in a galaxy that has what? Some 300 billion entities. And this is one of billions of galaxies. So we can't, our minds can't even comprehend that. And I share it with you just to say that whatever that entity is that we call God, most of us created this magnificence that we're in, created us. And there is something inside of you that you just need to tap into. We can figure out homelessness. You can't feel good walking around this beautiful city and seeing people in rags. You can't feel good seeing people pulling carts with rugs and things piled high. People ask me every day, why are you doing this work on behalf of poor people? Because it could have been me. Could have been me. And because I can. That's what Milan is doing, because he can. All the sponsors that he has engaged to help tonight. You know, the top sponsor has donated $5,000. I know he's ashamed that I'm even saying that, but I asked the question. What's your top sponsorship? We have our gala coming up. The National Cares Mentoring Movement does. And our top sponsorship is $100,000. You can't do this work without the resources. So we can call Milan's name, we can bow down, we can lift him up, but he can't do it without the resources. And we're asking you, those of you who are connected to these phenomenal organizations, these phenomenal companies, push. Because people really don't like putting money in black people's hands. Sometimes black people don't like putting money in black people's hands. That's just the truth. So we have to step up, we have to, you know, running an organization, it's rare. I have never said this publicly before. CARES has raised $15 million, little more than that, $15,900,000, I know it down to the penny, from 2002 until earlier this year. There's only one person who's outside of the African American race, the black race. One white female who's at the National Science Foundation, who invested in CARES. One. All the sponsors, they're all represented by black people who say, we get what's happening with our kids and we're going to help. When it comes to individual donors, very few. Bob Harris, I don't know where you are. Am I looking at you? And Glenda Noel Harris, just stand up. You're going to stand up anyway when you get your award, but just stand up. Former president of first of all, they have been the leaders of so many organizations, so they give themselves to the community. But every year they write a check to CARES. I don't even know if it's solicited, but that's just the truth of who you are. I know this, and I'm going to show a little video and take my seat. We have to do better. We have to do more. Every one of us in here, do you have envelopes on the table? You do? I mean, if everybody in here just gave, what, $100? That would make a difference, because the sponsorships are just paying for the event. There's no gravy. There's nothing left over. And he's a young man. So maybe those who are whispering in my ear that we're not going to be able to keep him, you may be right. Because there's going to be a point in time when he wants to buy a home and travel and really have a life. I have a... We need, yep. Here's a person who said it, whispering to him. We need you here. Don't let Milan wear himself out. Don't let him make himself more tired than he is. Please, let us all dig into our pockets, into the coffers, and here comes Thanksgiving, and then the holidays right after that, and make sure that this agency that is providing showers. You know, when I think New York City is a city that's rife with homelessness. And when I see women out there, and men, and young people, pregnant women, I'm like, Lord have mercy. Imagine not being able to go to the bathroom. Nobody wants a homeless person who's dirty and smelly to come into their restaurant to go to the bathroom. Certainly not coming into the Fairmount Hotel. They stop you at the door. So we have to open our hearts and open our minds and do what we're all created to do. And that is to help the least of these. Hands that serve are holier than lips that pray. Hands that serve are holier and more mighty than lips that pray. And so, you know, I'm not here to beg. I'm here to inspire. We should be so grateful for the bounty that life has given us. We should be so grateful for the grace of our Creator, because none of us in here is poor, not a one of us. Every one of us in here has resources. Every one of us knows where we're going to spend the night. Every one of us knows tomorrow morning, if we want breakfast, we can have it. There are people who don't have a bathtub, who don't have a shower, who don't have running water, who don't have food. And in this nation, children who are coming to school like that. That's what the agency is ensuring. That young people have a way forward, a path to self-sufficiency. That homeless people have dignity. You're borrowing these buses or trucks or whatever they are with showers and bringing them over here, so over to the agency, so that the homeless can come and take a shower. You can't build up this Silicon Valley and think that we're going to be blessed by benefiting from all the bounty. I'm blessed that I was a part of Essence and had a little piece of it, you know, as a stockholder. Blessed. It's my honor to give back. And I know this, the more you give, the more you get. It's amazing. And when you're doing the work of life, when you're doing God's work, when you're doing the work of the Holy Spirit, everything you need, the divine right relationships, the books, the money, everything comes into your hands. Everything. So I'm just saying, trust it. Trust it. And let life work for you. So, I'm gonna roll. Does the screen come down? Oh, the screens are on. Oh, wake up, Susan. Screens are on either side. So for many years, I was so troubled by the media demonizing poverty and black poverty. And I said, you know, the media never asks why. No matter what city you're in, if there's any sizable African-American population, you're going to see our brothers being shackled and put into the backs of police cars and women screaming and, you know, people just in stress. But the question that the media never ask or answer is why? The why of black poverty. And so I began pondering it and charged my husband with doing the research for me. Research and give me all the barriers that have just prevented black people from growing our wealth, given that we helped to make this nation the wealthiest in the world. Why there's so many poor, half of black children are born into poverty. And so what we did for our gala, that was earlier this year, we created a video. It's narrated by Danny Glover, and that's what I want to play for you now. Let it give you the understanding of why there are so many black families who are struggling along the margins. And I want to say to our sisters and brothers who are here, who are outside of our race, who are not African American, just bless you and thank you for being with us, for giving up a Saturday night to come and be with African Americans and mom and the family. We need you, we need allies, and we thank you. So with that, please play the video.
Look back. This is the truth of who we are. villages and communities of our African forebears were bound by the belief that family and the elders